I want to talk to you today about Psalms 84 and 10, where the psalmist says this, "For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in tents of wickedness." First of all, he's saying, give me one day in the house of God and I would trade it for 1,000 days out there in the world. But he talks about, in that day and time, a very low job. A doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in tents of wickedness. That wasn't a very esteemed a job, but it was a very important job as well. But there's a man in the scripture by the name of Obed-Edom. And when David come into kingship, he made this statement. He said, I'm going to move the ark of God in its rightful place. 20 years, God's ark had not been in the temple of God or in its rightful place in the temple tent. It was sitting in storage. King Saul, his whole reign, the ark of God was in storage. And David went to get the ark of God, and you know the story. Had a brand new cart built, put the ark of God on the cart, and as the cart was traveling, it shifted, and the man by the name of Uzzah put his hand forth just to steady the ark, and God killed him. Now, the reason God killed him was because of God's commandment. Nobody was to touch the ark except it be a high priest. And so David got upset at God. Well, number one, David wasn't moving the ark the way God said move it. So David went to a man's house not far from there by the name of Obed-Edom, who had a lot of children. And he asked Obed-Edom, he said, can we put the ark of God? We've got a death. Uzzah's been killed, and I just put the ark of God here. And so Obed-Edom made room for the presence of God in his home. And when he did, 3 months later, David got word that Obed-Edom was being blessed. I mean, just hand over fist being blessed. And David repented of his anger toward God and said, we're going to go get the ark of God in the due order. The due order was priests was to carry it on their shoulders. And so to be carried by the priest, to be overlooked and looked at and by the priest. And so David went to get the ark of God and bring it to its rightful place. The moral of the story is this. Obed-Edom, when they come to get the ark of the God, he and his sons follow the ark of God. They become doorkeepers. They become looking after the ark of God. From then on, even to his grandchildren. Here's what I want to leave you with, and that's this. Obed-Edom made room for God in his home, and it forever changed his home. He, his sons, and his grandsons had something to do with the ark of God the rest of their life. So I'm saying to you today, put God in your home. Let God become the high point of your household. Let the presence of God just move in a powerful way in your home. You'll see the difference in your family. Blessings on you today.